I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Mark Nelson, Gerald Poole on the front row. Darrell Klotz and Jared Swaim on the second row. Derek Schilling and Gil Guanc on the third row. Jerry Bertrand and Warren Moore on the fourth row. Jeff Oakes and John Shermont round out your top 10. Kevin Bruner starting in 11th, next to Rod Podgeter in 12th. Les Bent starting in 13th, Ryan Warp in 14th, Mark Bruning in 15th, Tim St. Jean in 16th, Mike Burgess starting in 17th, and Larry Tittle rounding out the 18-car field here tonight. All the drivers out on their pace laps. Looking down from the blimp, high banked half mile, all sorts of speed. These guys are going to be full send all night long. Just getting ready for the pace car to drop in. Hey, good evening, Edmund. Thank you for the stars. Hey, good evening, Envy. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air at Bristol. Mark quickly shoots to the lead. Gerald slides into second. Jared Swain quickly moves up into third. Whoa, we've got one loose. It's Darrell Klotz. He manages to stay out of the way. They stay green. What a save. Meanwhile, a battle for second. And I think Thanos may have gotten a little love tap into the turn there. Watching Darrell Klotz as he goes off into 1 and 2. Oh, just snaps loose. You heard Kevin mention the cooler track temperature. And caution is out for the first time on lap 3. Darrell Klotz, Ryan Warp, and Les Bentz all involved. Let's see what happened. Darrell Klotz had just gotten the car. Holy cow! See if we can see. Oh, we've got one loose. Gets it recovered, but the checkup back behind, and they all pile in. Was there contact? Doesn't look like it. Another car just early on, cold tires, gets loose right in front of Tim. Everybody stacks back up, and a hard hit for several drivers. Envy. If it was that many, I'd be very, very surprised with this group. I'm glad you could finally make it, Edmund. Mark Nelson, Gerald Poole, Jared Swaim, Gil Gwalk, Derek Schilling, your top 5. Warren Moore, Jerry Bergeron, Jeff Oakes, John Shermotz, Rod Potgieter round out the top 10. Les Bentz towed it to pit road. He does have significant damage. Les not a championship contender here tonight. Edmund, it's definitely a possibility. Lights are out on the pace car. Everybody stacking back up side by side. Envy, that's definitely on the high side, I hope. Here we go. Pace car is back in. Green flag back in the air. Mark and Gerald clear quickly. Gil Gwalk trying to come by Jared Swaim on the high side. Gil on the attack early. Derek Schillings holds on to 5th. Jeff Oakes starting to make some moves forward as well. Jeff now up into 7th, closing in on Warren Moore. Schilling now has a run under Gil Gwalk. That is the battle for 4th. Whoa! Gil sent it in there, pinned her down, and reclaimed his spot. Jared Swaim just set the fastest lap so far. And welcome, Ants. Great to see you, and man, I'm glad you're doing better, buddy. Rod Potgieter has moved up into 9th. Has John Shermotz looking underneath. Warren Moore now up to 6th, closing the gap on Schilling in 5th. Ryan Warp has unexpectedly, he is out of the race. Ryan Warp, Les Bentz, both out of the race early. Mark pulling out to a half-second lead over Gerald Poole and Jared Swaim. I can tell you, Gerald Poole has had a series of bad luck at this caution. Caution is back out. Lap 19. Looks like John Shermott's involved. Shermott's right behind Potgieter down the back straightaway. The 61 looks under, and I think there may have been some net-coated play But what a save by Shermont! Let's take a look overhead, see if there was a little bit of netcode in this one. Nope, that was just some close racing. Great save by Shermont. Ants, that is definitely what we wanted to hear, buddy. I'm really happy that I know you're miserable right now, but we'd rather you be miserable now and have you around a lot longer. Several cars went to pit road. Gil Guan came in. Warren Moore. Now we've got Mike Burgess and Larry Tittle coming in. Warren Moore has come in. Jerry Bergeron and John Shermont's all coming to pit road. Mark Bruning had no damage to the car. He stayed out. John Shermont fortunately was able to avoid any damage and an awesome save. He did get 4 fresh tires after that drift. Probably a good idea. Top 2 have remained pretty much the same. Jared Swaim had almost taken second, but before that first caution, but Gerald was able to fight back and hold on to it. As I was saying before, Gerald really feels like Bristol owes him one. He has had a ton of great races here. That everything went wrong in the last 5 to 10% of the race. And usually not by his own doing. He needs a little luck here tonight. Yeah, Ants, I saw that earlier. You know, we haven't done yet tonight. Now's the perfect time. When the green flag drops, I'm going to shut up. You guys crank it up and listen to all that horsepower. Pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. Crank it up, everybody. And caution is back out on lap 27. Trying to determine what might have brought the caution out here. Mike Burgess, John Shermont side by side right behind Kevin Bruner. Oh! Shermont's came up just a little bit and found Mike's front bumper. Although it does look like the damage is minimal to the car. He did go to pit road briefly. Envy, you are correct, sir. This is actually a surprise. This is the third caution of the night. Earlier throughout the year, we had a season, and I don't remember if it was the first or second season of the year, but a season that the whole season had 3 cautions. So 3 cautions here at Bristol tonight is a bit of a surprise, but you never know. It is Bristol. Anything can happen here. Envy, you're definitely not wrong about that. Bristol is definitely a beast. I have never personally run good at Bristol, and the one race I did, somebody else managed to take me out by stopping in the middle of the track to take a phone call. Hey, good evening, Sketch. Getting ready to convoy, buddy? Don't forget, folks, right after the race, we will have the HTSAI Community Convoy tonight. The Unicorn, as always, leading the way. They're stacked back up, ready to go. Pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. Gerald did not get the restart he got last time. He is fighting with Swaim to hold on to second. They're stacked up side by side as drivers trying to make their way forward. Tim St. Jean now up to 7th after starting at 16th, just quietly making his way through the field. Why, Sketch, that's just wishful thinking. Jared Swaim has gotten into second. Derek Schilling now to third. Gerald Poole back to fourth. Mark Bruning now up 10 spots into fifth. And a bit of a battle between Oaks and St. Jean for sixth. Tim takes it. Mark Nelson continues to lead, has led every lap so far. John Shermott's dropping down to the apron, staying out of the way of the leaders so they can get by clean. Sketch, there always is. Gerald Poole sits in fourth, Mark Bruning in fifth, Jeff Oakes now in 6th. Tim St. Jean in 7th. Gil Guac to 8th. Warren Moore in 9th. Jerry Bergeron in 10th. Rod Potgieter was making some ground in the early laps. Went to pit road on lap 20. We'll see if he can start making up some ground. He hasn't made up any since the pit stop. Wow, Jared Swaim right up on the wall. There are multiple grooves and multiple ways you can take the turns here at Bristol. Swaim has tried a few different ways through the turns since the drop of the green. Looks like he is trying to find the fastest way that's easiest on his tires. Just over 50 to go. Mark Bruning side by side with Jeff Oakes for 5th. Oakes pulls back ahead. Tim St. Jean in 7th is caught up to him. The leaders starting to fight their way through lap traffic. When you're doing a 15-second lap every lap, you're going to be chasing the tail of the snake pretty darn quickly. Mark Bruning now has Tim St. Jean on the bumper. That has allowed Gil Guac, Warren Moore, Jerry Bergeron, and now Rod Potgieter to pull back up. Kevin Bruner back in 12th, also lurking at the tail of that pack. Tim can't get a run. He got a little squirrely out of the turn. Gil Guac takes advantage on the high side. Guac now into 7th, Tim back to 8th. And Tim may be in trouble. Warren Moore just went by. Up front, Mark Nelson has pulled out to a half-second lead on Jared Swaim. Derek Schilling still holding on to 3rd. Jeff Oakes in 4th. Gerald Poole drifted back to 5th. Just past the halfway point, John Shermans has gone to pit road. 14 cars still on the lead lap. 2 drivers out of the race. John Shermans on pit road, and Larry Tittle just went a lap down. Mark Nelson and Jared Swaim have opened up a big gap as Schilling and Oakes battle for 3rd. Schilling kisses the wall. Oakes, another one who's been creeping his way forward all night. And a 5-car pack now doing battle. Warren Moore, Jerry Bergeron, Mark Bruning, and Rod Potgieter with Kevin Bruner all going at it. That is allowing Mike Burgess and Tim St. Jean to reel him back in. Mark Nelson back into lap traffic as he goes by Shermont's. Mark has pulled out to a 1.3 second lead over Jared Swaim as Schilling and Oaks still doing battle. Derek Schilling holds on to third for the moment, but now Gil Gwonk and Warren Moore have caught up. Whoa, close call between Gwonk and Moore out of turn 4. Gil Gwonk now looks under Jeff Oakes and goes under Derek Schilling all in the same turn. Gil Gwonk gets a 2 for 1 and goes to third. Gil Gwonk is one of the drivers that pitted under that first caution at lap 20. Sorry, second caution at lap 20. He is on fresh tires in third place, 5.7 seconds back from second place. Mike Burgess has caught up to that group he was running down. But getting through this pack is going to be the hard part. As they are 3 wide up at the front, Bergeron on the bottom. There's contact. Everybody saves it. Bergeron backs out of it. Now he don't. Bergeron back on the power. 3 wide at Bristol. Whoa. And Jerry Bergeron goes to 4th. Four fresh tires for that driver. There's some contact back beyond caution. Caution is out again. 4th caution of the night. We saw Derek Schilling in that 3 wide bounce. Oh, Jeff Oakes bounces off the wall, gets into Bruder and Schilling. Great save by everybody. And it looks like the vast majority of the field are coming in. Rod Potgieter stays out along with Mike Burgess. And watch this. They were 3 wide battling down the back straightaway. Into turn 3, Bergeron just does not lift. What a pass. Rod Potgieter now has the lead by virtue of staying out. Mark Nelson in second. Mark Nelson now on fresh tires, as is, it looks, everybody back behind. The only driver on old tires, Rod Podgeter, who stopped on lap 20. And we saw how fast those fresher tires were with guys like Jerry Bergeron. Those fresh tires were making a huge difference. And you gotta give it to these guys. That three-wide battle did not bring out a caution. They were leaning on each other, especially Jeff Oakes, who was in the middle. Did a great job of holding on to that, not wrecking anybody. Looks like Podgeter's choosing the high line for the restart. The big problem here might, for Rod, be spinning the tires, which could be a problem for all the drivers behind. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Mark sends it. Podgeter can't get going. Jared Swaim underneath. Rod fights back on the high side. Kevin Bruner is working his way up now, up into 6th. Looking to the high side on more and more. Jerry Bergeron, after that great run, Gerald Thanos Poole in trouble. Jerry Bergeron now back up into 3rd. Mark Nelson still in the lead, followed by Jared Swaim, Jerry Bergeron, and Swaim just set the fastest lap of the race. Let's see what happened to Thanos a moment ago. Oh, having to check up. Tim St. Jean in trouble. Gets bumped down, and Gerald's engine looks like it just let go. A heartbreak. No, his engine is running, but not well. Another heartbreaking Bristol race for Thanos. Jeff Oakes also now on pit road after that incident, as is Tim St. Jean. Several fast cars involved. Mark Nelson starting to pull away. He's got a 1-second lead on Jared. Jerry Bergeron back in 3rd, just under a second behind. Warren Moore, Kevin Bruner also not far behind. Gil Gwalt closing back up. Rod Podgeter holds on to 7th. Larry Tittle has gotten back to the lead lap in 8th. Larry Tittle had just gotten back to the lead lap. Now Mark Nelson goes by on the high side. Also goes by Tim St. Jean. That did allow, that little bit of a checkup did allow Jared Swaim to close the gap. Now just 9/10 of a second behind. Jerry Bergeron has had one heck of a comeback here tonight, currently running in 3rd. Warren Moore in fourth. Bruner in fifth. And despite having just lost a lap, Larry Tittle currently running in eighth, the biggest mover of the night. But 10 laps to go for the Mark Nelson. If he can hold on for the win, he will extend his points lead over second place. Second in points, Derek Schilling. Derek, couple of laps down, back in 11th. Mark Nelson really dominated the season, the regular season, giving himself a massive amount of bonus points by doing what he's doing now. But Jared Swaim ain't done yet. He is just 0.6 of a second behind in closing. Jared getting closer and closer to Mark. 5 laps to go at Bristol. Rod Potgieter in 7th, about to lose a lap. Potgieter moves up to the high side. Mark shoots underneath. Three laps to go at Bristol. The current points leader once again out front. He's got 0.8 of a second lead. Has led all but a handful of laps here tonight. And now we'll come through 3 and 4 and see Barney wave the white flag one more time around for the Mark Nelson. Down the back straightaway, his lead 3/4 of a second. He's got it wrapped up. Mark Nelson wins at Bristol. Jared Swaim comes home in second. Jerry Bergeron, man, what a run for him to finish in third. Let's see if we can talk to our top 3, starting with Jerry Bergeron. Jerry, man, one heck of a run tonight, and that 3-wide battle, you made it look easy.
Yeah, it was a fun race. I enjoyed myself.
I bet you did. Obviously, that stopping at lap 20, getting fresh tires on that long run really paid off.
Well, I noticed it near the end. So it was pretty good. It was going good. I was catching up to the leaders, but I would have needed maybe another 10 laps, maybe.
Well, I kind of wish it had stayed green to see what you could have done, but man, one heck of a run, one heck of a finish, buddy. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. I am soaking wet in the face. I'm telling you, even my 2 fans working, it was a hot race.
I bet it was, man. Great job.
Right on, thanks.
And it does not look like we have Jared available, so let's talk to our winner, the Mark Nelson. Mark, I bet that last few laps got a little worrying.
Yeah, I was doing everything I could to try to keep Jared as far behind me there because the lap cars were going low, they were going high, some of them were crashing. I didn't know what was going to happen, and I just didn't want a caution to come out, man. I'm tired of that lately.
Well, it all worked in your favor tonight. You got the caution when you needed it for fresh tires. Obviously, Rod trying to stay out gave you an advantage on that restart, and you were going once again.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how I would stack up there on fresh tires against Jared again because I knew he was fast, and I was obviously pulling away from him on that long run, as I try to do in most races, and it worked out, even though it was a shorter run. I'll just say, this track is actually pretty special to me, and I've finished well on all your broadcasts, Doug, so it's nice to finally get a win.
Well, man, congratulations. It is overdue for a win at Bristol. Great job.
Thank you.
The Mark Nelson pulls off the win. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget, come back here in about 5 or 10 minutes. The Unicorn will be trucking. Hope you guys had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, everybody.